And good morning, dudes. Welcome back, guys, to the Echelon Racing League, presented to you by Echelon Racing Promotions. We've got ZMS Esports Studio in the house, USA Cycling, Stages Cycling, SIS, and Training Peaks. Guys, stage 3 of the Tour de Bloom. Tour de Bloom is a stage race. It's kind of a newer stage race, Northwest US, up in Washington, right around Wenatchee, guys. Welcome aboard, everyone. So, yep, everything's up and streaming. We got people in the live chat. If you're in the live chat, guys, don't be a lurker. Please say hello. Dudes, today we've got, I think on tap, we've got 42.6 kilometers, light winds, 5 kilometers an hour. As you guys know, Training Peaks Virtual. Maybe you don't know, Training Peaks Virtual does implement wind, and it can really bust races apart. Interesting course, a little rolly all the way, a couple of little hills at the beginning. It's the back end. So there's 42.6 kilometers of racing here. Back end, there's a 2-kilometer climb, and you can see it here on screen in the bottom right-hand corner. Starts right around, I think it's 40.6 kilometers. Guys, I do study the maps. I love maps. Geologist by trade, so maps are built into my blood, guys. 40.6 to 42.6 kilometers straight to the top. It's probably like a 1.9, 2-kilometer climb. In total, though, we only have about 550 meters of climbing, roughly. It was 535, something like that. So these things you're seeing earlier on aren't really big hills. I think the majority of the climb is going to be at the back end. And I did see some big gradients at that back end there too. There's a little tiny kick. And from what I remember seeing, 17, 18, 19% right through there. So going to be a great place for the race to really light up. Dudes, what I'm going to do right now here, I'm just going to sit here casually by myself, and we're going to look at the standings here, guys. After stage 2, we've got Hayden Pucker in the lead, Zach Neer second, Marcus Duval third place, and my buddy, Ludwig Karlberg, hanging right there solid in 4th place. James Osborne for Dirt that we saw riding yesterday 5th, Eric Hill, Project Echelon in 6th, Stefan Zavaslan in 7th, Robert Smithson in 8th, Michael, I think his name is Michael Gortenmoller. I think it's Gortenmoller. Guys, it's split off on the spreadsheet here. So I'm trying to remember. Adam Carr in 10th, Kevin Hodges, Martin Coffey, Dennis Shanna, something or other, Alex Marr, Robert Vukovic, and Ethan Crane. Ethan Crane was right there yesterday for Project Echelon. So kind of wondering what happened there. I'm not sure if the time trial was missed. So this is just overall time after 2 stages, guys, in the women's category. And hopefully we're going to see all the women in this race today. Guys, we are an hour early too, so I'm hoping everyone got that notification through Training Peaks. It is set to go at 10 after 8. And you know what, guys? We're probably live now. We're probably live. We are live, guys. We've just started. We're 13 seconds into the race. And from what I'm seeing here, I bet you some people missed the start time. Some people probably missed start time. I'm only seeing 6 riders here, guys. Free to race, cash money on hand. Right now, it's Hayden, Zach, and Ludwig. James is there in the mix there too. Ethan Crane. I think some people missed the start, guys. Maybe they can jump in late. And I'm only seeing the men here. So maybe the women's A did. Yesterday, the A women, they raced with the men's B. Outside, it was Christy Tracy who raced with the men's A, and that's how it was kind of set up at first. So we will be climbing here right away, guys. 2% gradient, heading uphill now. These are all GPX routes that you can ride. On Training Peaks, you can import your own GPX files. What's that? It's kind of your, looks like we got a little bit of out and back here. Yeah, we got a little bit out and back here, it looks like on the map, from what I'm seeing, because the roads, I can see the roads overlapping there. And I have seen on other platforms when the roads start to overlap, you can actually see them almost built on top of each other. It's hard to do. But we're on the outbound loop right now, guys. And you can see, so we're heading out. We hung a bit of a right. We're heading on that way. We'll be coming back in the loop. I think we go right alongside the lake. I'm not sure if we loop it or not. 7 people in the chat, guys. If you're in the chat, please say hi. Let me know where you're watching from, who you're supporting. We've got Hayden Pucker, Ethan Crane, Ludwig Karlberg, Eric Hill, James Osborne, and Zach Neer. So Yesterday we had Christy here, Christy Tracy, Women's A. So let's take her away because she would have been in the other category. There should have been 12 riders here. We don't have them all. So I think some people missed the start time. Hayden out of the saddle right now, rocking that green screen in the background. I know Hayden does a lot of stuff online too. Ludwig Karlberg looking smooth right now. Looks like he's maybe just tightening his shoes up. What's he doing here? We're having a good look at him here. Oh, he's getting the headband on. He's going full Laurent Fignon, 1986, 87. Ludwig, where are the armbands? We need the wristbands too. I want wristbands for the head swipes. Let's get it going, dude. Let's get it going. Great racing yesterday, guys. Really loved it. That crit race was fun. Just listening for noise upstairs, you guys. Wacky dogs. Ludwig jumping out of the saddle here right now. Just trying to get a look here. And they're already spread out, guys. Hayden's pushing on the front here. I wonder if Hayden decided, yeah, you know what, dudes? I'm going right now. I can see that cash money sitting at the finish line for me. Hayden on the front here. Ethan Crane is the only one that's going after him right now. Looks like there is a group coming up right now. Yeah, there is. They're coming up right now. They can see the danger here right away. Could be danger. The race could be lost right here, guys. Those dudes behind need to get on this wheel or at least get back together and make it a 5v1. 5v1 deathmatch. Here we go. The James Osborne here riding in the... he's the dirt rider here. He's in the white and orange jersey. Ludwig Karlberg in the Mashup Collective jersey. It's like the reddish green blue look. He's on James' wheel right now. Actually, he's just ahead of James right now. Eric Hill's there. Yeah, Eric's just sitting off, just a couple seconds off here. He'll be right there. So you can see here beside his name is PECH. That's Project Echelon Racing. 2 Project Echelon racers here. That should be Eric and Ethan Crane. Here's Eric Hill. On screen right now, Project Echelon co-founder. We've got Adrian here in the chat saying hello. Adrian, welcome aboard, dude. Where are you watching from? Who are you rooting for? We've got 6 riders here today. We had 12/13 yesterday. Unfortunately, I think some guys slept in this morning. They got into some weird German techno last night and just raged all night long. And now they couldn't get out of bed. Now, I think there was a little bit of a time change and it's thrown some people off here. So hopefully those people were aware of it. Maybe they just decided not to race today. You don't have to do all the races, guys. But when there's cash money available and you've entered, you're going to race anyways. So get in here and do all the stages. It's a 3-day weekend. Next race weekend will be race weekend number 5. That will be on, I believe, December 27th and 28th. So that's just a 2-day weekend if you want to get involved in that. So dudes, big racing again today over in Europe. The Namur cyclocross. No one tell me. Don't tell me in the chat. Please don't tell me. I skipped all of that. Usually I stream that. And yeah, those races are massive. And I thought it was next weekend. It's the return of Mathieu van der Poel. Probably my favorite cyclist. Just love his style. Pulling up to a cyclocross race in a Lamborghini or something. Getting it stuck in the mud. Just as you do, right? Ludwig on the front here, leading this group of 5. And Hayden is up the roads, guys. Hayden's up the road, dudes. Already 20 seconds up the road. Farm Watts has just decided, man, I'm heading out early. Early bird gets the worm. That's the farm mentality, guys. He's gone early, and he's going to roll. He's going to play the game of put one hill in between me and the other dudes. So as we bounce back and forth here, we're on the flats here right now. We're going to drop down really quick. Here's Ethan Crane from New Zealand, riding for Project Echelon. Looks like a lean, mean rider here. Guys, go on Pro Cycling Stats. Type in Project Echelon, and you can browse all of the continental riders that they have. Don't forget to Project Echelon was overseas this year in Europe. I know Eric was traveling around with them, de-essing them. But they did a brutally tough race. They did the Volta, Portugal. I don't know, the Volta, the Tour of Portugal. I think it was 10 stages. And I'd love to hear from some of the Project Echelon guys here. Eric, whoever else was there. Here's Zach Neer on stage on the screen right now. Zach, great job yesterday getting away from everyone. That was awesome yesterday. And Okay, so Zach is in the same gears, just at that yellow and black look, the wasp look to me, the hornet. But yeah, so Project Echelon, the race team guys, was in Europe this summer. They did a ton of races, but the big race for them, I think, was the Portugal tour, and that is a legit tour. I think I wish the UCI, whoever it is that runs all these races, I know there's different. Well, they are the main body, but there's different groups that control the other races. I don't know the names for all of them, but Hayden on the front here now. Yeah, over 20-second lead still. Looks like that Tour of Portugal is no joke. I'd say it's tougher than a lot of the other World Tour 7-day to 10-day long stage races. Like, just brutal, super hot. From what I remember, I think it was in August. I had so much racing going on there, guys. We had the Vuelta going on. We had the Vuelta of Burgos before that. We had the Women's Tour of Romandy. We did a bunch of one-day race coverage here. But I kept tabs on that event there. There was no TV footage for me, so I couldn't even ever watch it, but it's something I think that should be shown over here in North America. Cameras on here. All we've got today is Hayden Pucker and Ludwig Karlberg. Maybe some of these guys are trying to hide how they're looking on screen so the others can't watch. They can't do any stream sniping. What's stream sniping, guys? Stream sniping is in video games where you watch a live stream and it gives you an advantage because you know where your competitor is. You can basically find them on screen, see where they are, and you can snipe them. That's what it means. You can do the same thing here. So it's a little bit of an exploit. Everyone does it. Moving to the front right now of the chase group, James Osborne for dirt here. Rolling now, guys. Just coming out of a little bit of a descent here. We're about 6 kilometers into the race now. James Osborne here now. Dirt racer. Ludwig Karlberg coming up. Zach Neer. This looks like Ethan Crane and Eric Hill in the back. So Ethan doesn't have a helmet on. I'll remember that. Looks like these two might be on the same bikes. All the equipment here should be neutralized. A lot of events will do that for racing. They'll neutralize all the equipment. All the platforms kind of do it differently. Some platforms have it that all the bikes have their individual specs, and they really do make a difference. So if you've just been around on the platform for a long time, you can have a really fast bike. You could be a brand new guy come in, brand new racer, and you're going to be stuck with the slow gear. I find that at the more, I want to call it maybe the more elite racing, they just neutralize all the equipment. So it's just purely cosmetic at this point. As you can see, I think one of the riders has got, I think it's Ethan who's got a disc wheel. That won't impact him. That won't help. It won't hurt him either. And you can see here, this is Ethan at the front right now. Yeah, so he's got that, what would you call like a bi-turbo on the front. It looks like Cadex solid disc. This would be deadly fast on the flats, but all this gear will be neutralized. I think it was race weekend number 2, Tour of the Gila. I think it was Will Harden. He did that entire road race on a TT bike. It looks cool, but it would have ridden just like a normal road bike. I think this is James Osborne here coming up for the dirt team. Just coming back. Ethan Ludwig going with him too. On a little bit of a slow-mo there. Thank you, Damon, over at ZMS Esports Studio for all this awesome coverage. I just get to sit back and talk about bikes. Ethan Crane sitting, yeah, you can see your guys on the back. He's riding the Cadex rear disc. Probably a Cadex bi-turbo-esque rim on the front, if that's what those are called. Whenever I see that 4-spoke, I think bi-turbos or something like that. Is that the name? You can see the other riders are just more on standard road bikes. And again, it's all neutralized, so there's no advantage for anyone here. Let me think. Yeah, some of the platforms it'll show that there's differences, but you really can't even notice it. I know on Ruby, big differences. Zwift as well. Bike Terra is all neutral. I actually know guys that do some racing on Ruby. Even though you can ride the fast bikes, they have a road club they ride outside with. When they ride virtually inside, they all ride on the most basic gear to level the playing field for everyone, because some of the guys ride inside all the time and they have everything. Some of the guys that are just as good as cyclists who ride outside don't have all that stuff unlocked. So they're trying to, let's keep it fair, guys. And I like that. Rolling along, guys. Currently 8.6 kilometers into the race here. Let's take a look at these riders here. No one's going too nuts right now, except for Hayden Pucker, who is now 51 seconds up the road, guys. 51 seconds. So, what is this group back here going to start thinking? And let me just have a look. Have we lost a rider? I think we've lost one of the Project Echelon riders. So Eric looks like he's a little bit further back. So we got a group of 4. Eric's a bit further back. Hayden way off the front right now. And watching here, Eric's spinning nicely here. 97 RPMs, 280 watts, 137 beats per minute. I think Eric is on I'm going to have a nice chill ride today. Not that 300 watts is chill. Don't get me wrong, guys. Yeah, a lot of these riders, they're pacing themselves here, guys. Like the heart rates, these guys are in great shape. 133 beats per minute here for James Osborne, 134. Hayden at the front pushing the bigger watts, 470 watts. Heart rate's out to 165. He's a young dude. Yeah, that heart will just rev like crazy, man. I wonder what Hayden Pucker's max heart rate is. And look at the RPMs on him too. 70 RPMs here. So he's doing the big gear, low RPM, big power strategy right now. 10.5 kilometers into the race, moving along at 38 kilometers an hour. So you're going to see this, guys. So the avatar sitting, the rider standing. This is very common inside virtual cycling. You don't have to worry about wind resistance. Obviously, if you were sitting outside, if you were riding outside and you were standing up out of the saddle like that, you're just going to be a big wind scoop, a sail. You wouldn't be standing like that. It's just not. You can, but you're not going to be doing it for minutes at a time. It just doesn't work. It's different inside. So you'll get people that are incredible cyclists outside, and they could transfer that over just perfect. They kind of have to adapt a little bit to it. I've done a lot of race commentary. I've watched a lot of different platforms, and I see different styles. Freddie Ovett, I think it was last year, maybe the year before, Elite Racing over on Zwift, and on the hill climb, he was not out of. It wasn't a tough hill. He stayed seated the whole way. He likes to sit. That's what I noticed about that race. Everyone else was out of the saddle the whole way, climbing the whole way, and it was a high-speed climb too. It wasn't like 12-13% gradients that we're going to see at the end of this route today. Just different styles. It pays to stand out of the saddle inside because you're not going to be impacted by aerodynamics. Now, when I say that, some of these platforms do integrate aerodynamic drag into your frames, probably into your rider profile. So if you're a tall rider, you're going to catch a bit more wind, but you physically standing yourself at home out of the saddle doesn't impact anything here. That's pretty obvious, I think. So we got our 2 cameras here, guys. We've got Hayden in the top left, 460 watts. Now, I've talked about this before, guys. I think when Hayden's going all out, he can push almost 500 watts for an hour. Like big power. Big power. I know Hayden's done some racing outside too. I should follow more along with that stuff. I do try to follow as much cycling as possible. Hayden catching a little bit of a breather there on the downhill. You can see him here. He's just coming off this downhill now. Have a little coasty in the USA national jersey there. Going to kick up a little bit here, probably a 1 to 2% gradient. And the other riders are 1 minute 18 seconds behind him. So they're probably like a good kilometer back already, guys. Close to a kilometer, I would imagine. We're at 12.8 here for Hayden. And it looks like the other guys are 11.5. So they're 1.3 kilometers back already. It's pretty significant. So you can see these riders are just starting the downhill here. Hayden's already done the downhill. He's on that flat section ahead of them now. Hayden will be climbing probably before these guys finish this descent. So he's playing the old, what I call, get one hill in between you. So as he's going down, they're still going up. So it's always that game of, okay, I got my lead. I just got to keep doing that over and over. As they're climbing, I'm racing away. I'm going to get some huge speed, open the gap up again. Oh, looks like we got a guest visitor here on Ludwig's screen. Looks like baby Ludwig is on screen right now. I love seeing this. We got some Ludwig toes going on there, folks. Baby Ludwig, ready for the camera. Yeah, looks like, I think it must be Ludwig's wife cheering him on here, giving him a fist pump. I love it. Love it. Great to see this, guys. The family's involved. We could have a future cycling champion here in Ludwig right now. Baby Ludwig, I should say. Again, look at Hayden here, just out of the saddle the whole way. That controlled, kind of low speed grind. Sorry, low RPM grind. Mashup collective here, Ludwig Karlberg. Just doing his thing. Ludwig's leading the way of these four riders. Eric's just a little bit back here. Hayden way off the front now. So as you can see here, Hayden is climbing. Yeah, Hayden's on the climb and the guys behind are on the flats now. Should probably be roughly the same distance. It's always going to be like an accordion there, guys, like a rubber band. When we're playing this up and down game, it's going to grow and it's going to come back. It's going to grow and it's going to come back. When Hayden's bombing down the hill, the gap's going to open. When these guys are climbing on the front side of the climb, it's also going to open. So it can almost be 2 times the effect. Hayden bombing downhill, these guys climbing at the same time. Then when they get over the top, Hayden's going to end up climbing. That little shimmy in the road there, I wonder if there was a bit of a traffic circle there. I've seen that on other platforms too, guys, where on GPX profiles, when you see like a little tiny thing like that, I bet you if you were to look for on the real map, you'd see a little traffic circle there. As you've noticed with the GPXs, you're not going to see the other roads that are right nearby. There's other roads here, obviously. They just don't need to be generated for the profile. Here we go. Where are we on course right now? It's hard for me to tell, but... okay, so I see what we're doing here. Eventually, we'll have Lake Wenatchee here on our right side as we go back into town. Yeah, as we head back into town there. I can see the little dot moving along right now. Heading back into town near those Leavenworth zip lines. That's where that big hill is. Probably makes good sense to have zip lines there. Near that big hill. Hayden on the front, just riding away, guys. So here's where the gap might close down a little bit. Hard to say, though. I mean, Hayden's just grinding it here. 430 watts, 70 RPM. This is about the only comparison I can make to myself and Hayden. I kind of ride that RPM all the time. But Hayden is an elite athlete, and I am a basement cellar dweller. Just hanging out in the 10x10 cube of cycling, domination, and suffering. Didn't ride yesterday, guys. Way too busy. I don't even know what happened yesterday around here. I can't remember. I got to ride today, though. Got to do some climbing today. I got some short climbs to do. It's that time of year, guys. It's December. Over 500 watts here for Hayden now. The guys riding behind them are riding in the 200 to 300 watt range. Hayden's riding 450 to 500 on the front. Hayden's going to get a little payday out of this today. Why not, right? I think there should be more sponsors. Should be back in this stuff. Let's get some money out there for the athletes. They put a lot of time into the training, and they truly are elite athletes, guys. I mean, dudes, I'm going to say it. I don't ride anywhere near as much as these guys, but when I'm riding, I'm working hard. I'm not messing around. It's not just a fun little stroll. Inside cycling is tough. You don't really get to coast. You don't really get that at all. When you go riding outside, you're coasting all the time. You know, you'll get 10, 15 seconds where you coast. You'll look at the farmhouse. You look at this. Just, I mean, take a look at them. I mean, we've only got Hayden and Ludwig here. You can see Hayden out of the saddle a lot. There's no resting. It's constant pedaling. Inside cycling is tough. The only thing I would say against it would be that a lot of outside dudes will say, yeah, but you don't have road resistance. You don't have the wind. True, you don't. That is true. So one's harder than the other in one way. I don't got to worry about traffic. I don't got to worry about dogs chasing me. I don't get a headwind against me. I don't get a tailwind either, generally. Now, having said that, Training Peaks Virtual does have wind integrated, but you can see here it's a nice light wind. I can also see that my whoosh went, oh, we better do that too now. So they're kind of doing the copycat of Training Peaks Virtual here, and they have added wind into their platform as well. I think they're the only two that are doing wind right now out of what I would call the big five. Five? Is that right? Oh, got an attack here by James Osborne. James Osborne's decided to do something. All of a sudden drops 700 watts here and is going to make a move here over the top of the climb. I think he's thinking, let's get over the top of the climb, drop these dudes. Maybe I can chase Hayden down on the downhill. Hayden now has a 2-minute lead, guys. So here's James coming to the top of the climb. He's cresting it now. Power, 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 dude. Power through it. Guys, you never want to like let off right here. You got to power right over the top and get on the descent. And this has kind of got like a double plateau or double summit. It's called a double summit here. You can see we're over the top. We will drop and we kind of just bounce up ever so quick again before the real descent starts. Ludwig sitting on the back here watching Ethan and Zach ahead of him. James Osborne has made the break. Hayden Pucker up the road. I really like that about Training Peaks. And guys, the big five. Zwift, Ruvi, My Whoosh, Training Peaks Virtual, Bike Terra, in no order, guys. I actually ride Bike Terra a lot, and that's the one I said last. I love the GPX route creation. Here's the acceleration by James Osborne here. Quickly jumps out to 700 watts. I'm gone. See you, bros. Have fun catching me. They're riding at 32K an hour. He quickly accelerates out to almost 50K an hour. Gets the break. Now, all the platforms are different, guys. They're all cycling inside. It's all bike racing, bike equipment, you know, courses that you know. They all kind of play a bit different. On the descent here now, it's starting to stretch out, guys. Ludwig looks like he's trying to get back after James up front there. 7-second gap. 6-second gap. James will be rocketing coming up here. Ooh, big move by Ethan too. Back to James Osborne here. He's trying to get to this big descent here, and hopefully they'll leave him alone. Ethan moves to the front. Ethan's got that shaved skull look. Super arrow. And he is clawing his way back right now. He's clawed his way back to within 3 seconds. Right now, James is like, come on, dude, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Really good drafting on Training Peaks. Also, though, when you make a break, when you put some watts in, you can gap the field. You can get away from the field. Some platforms, maybe the draft's too sticky. And they all evolve, guys. It's kind of like a video game. Here's Zach. Zach's jumping back with James. So James is like, oh, okay, that didn't work this time. Don't worry, guys. We got more hills coming. We got more hills coming. On this descent here, bombing along right now, guys. Moving along real nice here. 70K an hour. That's about 45 miles an hour right now, dudes. And if I look, you can see Hayden's already climbing the other side. He's into some steeper gradients here. 5% gradients. He's trying to get to the top here. So he's already got one full little bump in between them. They're at the bottom of that little valley. You can see here, look at the markers on the bottom of the screen. Hayden's almost at the top of this one. So he does have one little bump in between them. These guys here, you can see Zach here right now on the bottom right-hand screen, very bottom. He's just getting to the top of this little bit of a gradient of 5%. It will drop. And if you look, jump back to Hayden's profile camera, he's almost at the top of the next hill. So here's Zach going over the top, down to 0% gradient. It should go negative for a couple seconds here anyways. Ludwig's coming fast. James is right there. Ethan's there too. Here's Ludwig. He's going to take a chill out session here. Lets off. No wattage here. Catches a breather. Trying to bring that heart rate down. It is actually really cool watching the heart rate because I know I monitor mine all the time. And I watch a lot of bike racing where you see the heart rate. And when these guys rest, you'll see their heart rate drop real quick. Like even with mine rocking at 185, 186, let off for a few seconds and it'll drop 10 beats. It does come down quite quick. Hayden back seated now. He should be over the top of that bump. Probably around kilometer 21 for Hayden, maybe 21.5 for Hayden. We've got Ludwig here at 19.7. Hayden's at 21.4, guys. Oh yeah, and he's well over the top here. He's going to be taking on another bit of a bump here, 1% gradient. Out of the saddle again, gradient picks up. He's going to get out of the saddle and power his way through it. So again, guys, let's take a look at the power back here, 270 watts. I was seeing 215, I think, from Ludwig there. James, yeah. So you can see it's anywhere between, say, 200 to 300 watts in this group. It will change, though, but just say ballpark average, 200 to 300 watts in this drafting group. And Hayden's on a mission out front, guys. He is on a mission. Flying up front, guys. The gap now to Hayden, yeah, it's continuing to grow. Well over 2 minutes now. Well over 2 minutes. These guys are right about the halfway point. Coming up on halfway point for these guys. Hayden is past the halfway point now. And we're only 27 minutes into the race. I figured about an hour for today. We've already done some climbing now. We've climbed 262 meters so far. You can see the back end of the course, minus the last 2 kilometers, isn't as hard as the first half. Hills aren't as steep in the back end, maybe a little bit more downhill, except for the final 2 kilometers. So I think we've got almost just under 300 meters of climbing still to go. There's going to be at least probably, 250 meters climbing in that last 2 kilometers. That's my guess. 225 maybe? I did see a lot of 10, 11, 12% gradient in there, so it's a tough little climb. I wonder who has the KOM in real life in this part of the world in Washington. If you're from Washington or the States there, guys, if you've been to Washington, you've kind of been to British Columbia and Canada. You've kind of done it. They're kind of the same place. Washington and British Columbia, both against the ocean there, both smashed up against the mountains. There's a huge chain of volcanoes there. Some are active, some are extinct. Maybe they'll come back to life. Then you've got some interior valleys, lots of farming. Do they grow grapes in Washington? I bet you they do. Tons of grape wineries up in British Columbia in the Okanagan Valley. That valley extends across into Washington. And then you got Idaho beside it, Montana. If you've been to Montana, you've been to Alberta. Pretty much. Same place. Look at that. See how close the road is together there? We're going to be coming back on the other side there. Riding Lake Wenatchee would be right nearby us here. I think probably represented by that low part there. 4 riders running strong here together. Hayden Pucker up front. 2 minutes, 35-second gap right now. He's got quite the lead, guys. Yeah, and if you look at the map here again too, you can see, yeah, there it is. So when we're riding beside the lake, we're on a loop, and then we join back on for just a short little section of the course we came out on, and then we'll branch off again. We're just outside, well, we're actually in the Lake Wenatchee State Park. Never been to Wenatchee. I've been to Coeur d'Alene, Spokane, Sandpoint. Is it Sandpoint? Sandpoint, Idaho. Yeah. Okay, so it's Idaho, but it's close by. Coeur d'Alene, yeah, all through there. Really nice. Okay, so Hayden's here, guys. Still doing the 400 to 500 watts, big beast power rider. Bet you Hayden's thinking here too, guys. I talked about this yesterday. Hayden is an absolute watts beast. There's that turnaround, guys. So the roads are going to be really close together here. And actually, I wonder if we would have seen Hayden there. I always wonder that about certain about platforms. Do they show the other rider on the out and back segment? He probably was there. I just didn't catch it. Hayden might be thinking here, I need a gap before these climbers come after me. That's probably what he's planning on here, because this climb at the end, and I should have done some homework last night. How big is Hayden? How big is Zach? There's a slight age discrepancy between the two, but I think Zach's more of a climber than, say, a sprint beast, and the exact opposite for Hayden. All these guys can climb, though. That's the reality. I think there's a really cool GCN video. Hang on, guys. Just going to check a message here. Okay, cool. Okay. I think we might get a replay here. Yeah, let's have a look at this, guys. Check this out right here. You can see Hayden going by here. There he is. He's just down below on that road, guys. You can just see a little bit of a blip on the road, kind of dead center at the top now below the HUD. That's Hayden going out, and these four coming back. Damon, ZMS Esports Studio, coming to the rescue for Colin here. As I'm saying that aloud, obviously Damon's watching the video. And so that I like that. You can see riders coming and going. Other platforms, video-based platforms, you're not going to see that. Because the video is filmed in one direction, it's kind of hard to show the other direction. Even if you're out and back on the same road, the ones I ride anyway, you won't see the avatar of the rider coming towards you on a video one. If you look at the map, guys, I'm talking about Ruby here. If you look at the map, you will see the dots. The dots will be represented correctly on the map. You can click into a quick map view and just see bubbles. Ooh, got an attack here. Got an attack by Ethan Crane. Ethan's decided I got to go here too. They're trying to go over the top of these climbs, just get some distance, and hopefully they'll be forgotten about. So it's going to be really cool to see here. Can these climbers dial Hayden back on the climb? Can they dial him back? Going back to what I was saying about that GCN video, I think they had Hank doing it. Hank, I think he's my favorite GCN presenter. Guys, if you don't know who Hank is, used to be pro racer, Conti, I don't know what he raced. And with GCN, blonde dude, kind of shorter. He's got his own YouTube channel now. He's kind of like the Lord of a Manor. Like, seriously. He's kind of like the Lord of a Manor. I think his family's got some land, like, in the UK. And they've got this big, beautiful home on the estate. And they film all sorts of movies and TV shows there. It's a big deal. And I think he inherited it all. So now he's actually documenting how he's building it up and trying to make it more profitable. And it was funny because on GCN, he'd always talk about, oh, I've ridden these roads so many times as a kid. And, you know, I've spent so much time out here. I think he was riding on like his family's lands, which is really crazy to me. But I don't even know how I got talking about that. How did I start talking? I don't know, guys. Yeah, so really cool to see Hayden out there, so you can see the avatars going and coming. Yeah, for some reason I was talking about the GCM video. I don't know why I was talking about it. It'll come back to me. Eric's still going, guys. 90 RPMs here, 300 watts. Eric just doing his own thing today. Eric here sitting at 140 beats per minute. Getting a nice ride in today. This looks like a tough one. I think I've got something shorter planned today. There's a bunch of small... Oh, I'm going to do the Col de Petit Ballon. I think that's what they call it. So the small... There's the Grand Ballon and the Petit Ballon. It's only about a 600-meter climb. But I think it's the climb all the way 16 kilometers short. I'm just kind of working on climbing right now because I've been terrible for climbing. And I'm doing a bit of a climbing challenge right now for myself. The Ballon, those were kind of like... In the early Tour de France days, way over on the French and kind of close to the German borders, the Ballon, the Grand Ballon, the Petit Ballon, those were like the big climbs back in the days. They didn't do the high mountain passes. The first mountain pass, guys, was the Tourmalet in 1910. I did a full video about this. I did a full flight sim video about this with the help of Steven Cycles, my buddy who I ride a lot with. The Tourmalet was only added in 1910. So the first 7 years of the Tour de France, they didn't really do monstrous high alpine passes. The guy that actually discovered the Tourmalet was sent out by Desgrange, and I forget the guy's name. Desgrange sent him out. He goes, find me something really hard that's going to kill these riders. Desgrange was like a sadist to the cyclist. He wanted to make it as hard as possible. Old Tour de France guys were like twice the length of this one with maybe 9 stages. They were riding 400 kilometers, 500 kilometers per day, per stage. And I think back then they kind of rode stage, day off. Stage, day off. So this dude went up there. The car got stuck in the snow. Almost 500 watts for Hayden here. He's on that brake. He's trying to get away before the climb. The chasers are coming. He got stuck in the snow. He found a shepherd out there who was herding some sheep. Hey, can you take me up there? He took him up a little bit further. Then I think someone said, you don't go up there when it snows because I think he said the wolves or the bears come across from Spain. Yeah. Guys, there's still bears in Spain. Did you know that? Like today. I'm not talking 1910. There's still bears in Spain. That kind of blows my mind. They're in the north part of Spain in the Cantabrian Mountains. Guys, check out one of my videos. You'll see that too. It's all there. Inside Cycling World, dudes. Yeah, so then the kid said, no, I ain't going any further. This dude, I forget his name. This is 1910, remember. There's no Gore-Tex, there's no good gear, there's no synthetic stuff. He's probably just wrapped in an overcoat, with some goofy hat on his head, leather shoes. He fell into a creek, got out of the creek, lay there. That's where we just jumped back onto the first road, guys. We just bridged back onto it there. So that was cool to see. Ended up laying in the snow up at the top of the Tourmalet, which I think is over 2,000 meters. Very close anyways. And he was found by a rescue crew at about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, almost frozen to death. He sent a message to Desgrange the next day saying, yep, basically paraphrasing, yep, good to go, boss. Cyclists can do this, no problem. I almost died, but don't worry about it. Walk it off, dude. So a little bit of Tourmalet Tour de France history for you there, guys. Don't forget, the Tourmalet is also used at the Vuelta. Epic climb. That was the first big granddaddy climb. And this is where we jump off away from the course now. You can just see Hayden in the top left. He just merged off. The other guys will be doing the same thing. And you can see it on the map up top too, guys, in the top right-hand corner. You can see where we came back on course on the same road. And then we've merged off again now to the right-hand side here. Hayden traveling in the southeasterly direction. I think, if the map is north. Who knows? Yeah, guys, go back. There's so many good books about the Tour de France. Go back and listen to some of the history. It's amazing what these guys went through. Did you know back then they had one gear? One gear. And even when they did invent, I think the derailleur was invented in the early what do you want to call it? The teens. So 1912 or 1913. The derailleur wasn't allowed, I think, until 1937. So, of course, World War I came along. Okay, that ended things. Tour de France started back up. Henry Desgrange says, no. You don't get derailleurs. This has to be hard. So all guys had back then, and just remember, dudes, they're riding the Tourmalet. You can go ride it today if you want. It's hard. It's a tough climb. It's a long one. You've got, I don't know, 22, 20, maybe 24 gears. I think we got a 13-speed now cassette on the back. With virtual shifting, it's kind of unlimited. These guys rode it with, I'll say one gear, but it was actually two. So they were allowed to do this. They would have two different rear cassettes on their back wheel. One gear on each side. So they hit the hills. They stop, break out the crescent wrench. No quick release. The crescent wrench, flip the wheel around to either a bigger or smaller rear cassette. Only one chainring on the front. So you had a choice of two gears back then. So when you feel like you're running out of gears like I do, dude, you don't even know. You don't even know. And so then when they get to the top of the hill, rest break it out, probably a shot of brandy or something, whatever they're into back then, gobbling as much food as they can, crescent wrench out, flip the wheel again to the big gear. That's the only way they could do it. So they were basically almost essentially riding single speed bikes, even though other dudes were out there riding around with derailleurs into the 20s, the 30s. At the Tour de France, it was 1937, I believe, maybe 33. It was the 30s. They were not allowed to use derailleurs. So that's because Henry Desgrange wanted to make it as tough as possible. Teams weren't even allowed at first. I think the first time he had teams, it was national teams. So here we are, guys. This group of four riders here all sitting together now. Eric's still doing his thing too. These four guys are at 29.1 kilometers. I think the race is going to be getting pretty active here real quick. Hayden trying to get away still. Hayden well up the road here. I wonder, man, I'm cheering for Hayden, but I'd also like to see like a huge comeback from these climbers just clawing back. I love the breakaway. I'd love to see the four-man chase get close though. Let's see how quickly this drops at the end. Hayden's still pushing huge watts. Like, some people are just built for this, guys. I'd love to know. So Hayden's been averaging 450 watts right now for 42 minutes. Okay. In perspective, guys, I think I could average 450 for 1 minute. Maybe. Well, I mean, I'm about probably a 270 FTP rider, kind of large and in charge, 90 kilogram rider, probably 92 kilograms these days. So I'm like a 3 watt per kilo rider. I think at my best, these dudes just came back onto the road and they're going to divert off. Let's just stick right here for now. You're going to see this happen, guys. There's that road in the distance. They just came back onto the road that they went out on. They're only here shortly, and they're going to be taking a right-hand bend coming up. It's going to be like a Y in the road almost, and they're going to turn off to the right-hand side. Actually, and I should be having this up because I don't even have my chat up right now. Oh, we got the chat up. I am not watching the chat. Oh my, the chat's good. Rubu's here. Neil Rushby's here. Hey guys. Rubu's asked me, did you schedule the watt per kilo ride? He was saying, hey pal, how's it going? Dude, going good, guys. Sorry guys, I got preoccupied over here. Rubu did a 110K ride outside in the cold. Cold tired more from the ride. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just watching Neil and Rubu having a little chat. This is Ruben. Okay. Oh, they're talking about a watts per kilo ride. Okay. I think Neil's doing that. Okay. Other platform, guys. Neil's saying that it's soothing. Probably more annoying, dude. Okay, so these guys are talking about some race events. They're doing like watt per kilo rides. So on one platform, we all ride together. To make it fair, to make it fun for everyone, guys, because it is all community racing, right? They have a watt per kilo ride. And you know what? When it first started, I think it was Ruben's idea. And I think it was, who can ride the closest as possible to 2.5 watts per kilo, right? So, yeah, when you're dropping like 450 watts like Hayden is here, he has to really dial it back and be careful about what he's doing. And so it's to try to implement more of a group ride together. And it's tracked every week. So I think they've got 5 weekends they're talking about here in January, I believe. I think that's what they were saying. Okay. Yeah, something like that. So basically they tracked it over the month. We did it last year on the platform and people really liked it because a lot of people, they don't want to race. They're a little bit, I'm not good enough to race. But this is at a level where everyone can participate. And group rides, we all know what they're like on the platform, guys. A group ride becomes a race real quick. The only way to solve that is to make it banded. Zwift does a really good job of that. I'm not sure. I'm sure you can do it on Training Peaks, where everyone's riding together. If you're pushing 0.5 watts per kilo or you're pushing 8 watts per kilo, everyone stick. So all different levels of riders can get the kind of ride they want in, but in a group dynamic setting where they can have the chat going. You know, people can tell jokes, ride along together. I've seen other group rides on other platforms where people will just ride away. And they tried to stop that. We had an attack going off here, guys. It's Ethan now. Ethan's trying to go again here, guys, at the start of this climb. Kilometer 32 here, just over 10 kilometers racing to go. Hayden Pucker, 5 minutes up the roads, guys. 5 minutes. It's going to be really cool to see how much of that they can possibly pull back. Ludwig just jumping on the back right now here, guys. Everyone has to pay a lot of attention as to what's going on here now. You do not want to fall behind here and lose that draft. Neil's talking about doing a watts per kilo championship next year. Oh, okay. Okay, what's Rubu saying here? He says, I missed your commentary on my whoosh. It was really fun riding races while you commented live. OTR events were really hard and fun. Hey, Ruben. Yeah, dude, totally. OTR virtual events is now over on Biketerra. So they're over there. And I've been doing a bit of those. I did I think they have the Climb Club, that's on Thursdays at noon for me. So 7 o'clock, 8 for you, I think. It's a casual climb, but it does get racy. Well, you know, I hung mid-pack last week. And I like it because there's a little turnaround at the top and you always get the bomb down. So we did Majorca Call to Honor. So I think it's 10, 11 kilometers up and then bomb all the way down. Monday Malarkey's another good one over there. There's this, I think the age categories. So all the OTR stuff now, Ruben, is over on Biketerra. All there. All X routes over there too, guys. Like I said, all the platforms are a little bit different. Hayden out of the saddle still. Ludwig taking it nice and easy here right now in that 200 to 300 watt range. Guys, do they have any chance of pulling Hayden back? What do you guys think? Hayden has a 5-minute lead now. And this last climb is a bit of a wall, an absolute wall. Zach Neer on the front here. In the standings too, guys, I think Hayden's got it. I'm going to look at it right now here. Hayden is leading. They did the standings by seconds. So Hayden's in first place at 3,950. Zach is at 4,135. So that's the time gap. What is that? It's 185 seconds between the two of them. I believe that would be, 185 seconds. So 3 minutes in between Hayden Pucker and Zach Neer. Hayden wouldn't have gotten that all probably on the time trial. I don't have the time trial results right in front of me right now. Don't forget too, guys, we had Cat B racing. We had Nathaniel Brew, is it Brewster? Forget his name. Leading that over Joe Meyer. Brent Sensenig for the dirt team in third. Jonathan Matthews, Merritt Rate. Women's Cat B. Lucy Collins is leading that. Jennifer Reel. Susie Berner. Kathy Collins. Relations. Julia Erich. That name seems familiar too. Men's Cat C, we got Kaz Chi, Kevin Ramos, Andrew Billing, Aiden Porter. There's 10 riders in that one, guys. So hopefully they all had good races today. I'll just jump back here so I can see what's going on. Hayden is now at 38.7 kilometers, and these guys, wow, 33.9. So they're almost 5 kilometers behind. Is that correct? Yeah. They're 5 kilometers behind right now. The big beast out front. Huge power. How much does Training Peaks look nice? Neil, Training Peaks is a sweetheart of a deal. So I was on Indy Velo when it was free. Indy Velo became Training Peaks. They kept it free, I think, for 6 months. Then they said, okay, we got to make something out of this, right? All this stuff costs money. We all know that. They can't just give it away. But I did re-sign on to Training Peaks at the beginning of November. A full year cost me $120, roughly. So I'm like $10 a month for pretty much the best fitness tracking application out there. And you get Training Peaks Virtual, which pretty much, guys, if you watch a lot of virtual cycling, people will say this is the most realistic simulator. Training Peaks Virtual, guys. We've all got our favorites. Mine kind of change all the time. Yeah, so $10 a month. So guys, here's your ballpark. Ruby and Zwift are both about $24, $25 a month. I'm just talking Canadian dollars for me, guys. So a little bit less US, UK, whatever. Training Peaks is $10 a month. What am I missing? My Whoosh is free. So you could, whatever. The big thing on My Whoosh though, guys, is it's mostly about the Sunday Race Club. I'm just going to be honest. Sunday Race Club, My Whoosh is huge. After that, Ghost Town. Ghost Town to me. Tons of bots riding around. I don't feel the community vibe yet there. Biketerra, $5.99 per month for everything. Best deal going. Just different. It's not an open world though. It's GPX only. Training Peaks, there are 2 islands that you can ride wherever you want. I call it open world. Then you can ride the GPXs. That's built on now too. That came out within the last few months. Zwift is the same idea. Open world, certain routes you can ride in any direction, turn around, up and down, do what you want. They have the climb portal. That's for their GPX routes of, famous climbs. They need more. But I see how they do it. They don't want to give you everything at once. It's to kind of keep you coming back. Here's a little bit more. Hayden's on the climb, guys. 5% gradient now. Hayden is on the climb. He does have a Oh, that's a big lead right now. Over 6-minute lead right now. He's got a huge lead going into this climb. Let's see how much it can come down. Watching these guys now. Yeah, yep. Stages does yeah, I think Stages sponsors. It's SIS is sponsoring Training Peaks and Stages Cycling. Dudes, did you know? I think if you do the Echelon Racing League, it's changed, guys. Ooh, look at this here, 15% gradient. And dudes, there's no dumbing down the gradients on Training Peaks Virtual. If you ride other platforms, you know what I mean. Yes, you know. That gradient there, 17%. Hayden is actually riding 70. Look at him, he's grinding 55 RPMs here. Powering. Oh, he is rocking the bike now. I can feel it. I can feel it. Let's go. Come on, Hayden. Let's go, bro. Just rocking up this climb. I'd love to get some input from Hayden, like what he feels like this climb compared to other ones. Ooh, nasty. Guys, take a look at this, 17, 18% right through here. Yeah, you can see how steep that road is. Awesome camera work there, Damon. I like that. When you get low, I do this myself too. When I try to do my videos on the climbs, I get the camera as low as I can. It just makes the climb look even more horrible to the riders. Yeah, Ruben, Hayden rides top. Hayden's probably one of your top 20 esport riders in the world. Oh yeah, Stephen Ludford loves reality. And actually, Ruben, earlier I was talking, and anyone else watching the video, I was talking about some dudes I know that ride neutralized equipment, even on Ruby. They ride the junkiest bikes to make it fair for everyone and heavy. Uh, we're talking about Stephen Ludford here. He likes the reality of it. Ethan Crane on the move here now, guys, for Project Echelon. Ludwig Karlberg coming next, 2 seconds, 1 second down. James Osborne's coming, Zach Neer. How much time can these guys pull back? There's no way they can catch him now. They're so far behind now, guys. They're at 37.2 kilometers, and it's going to be a battle for second place, dudes. Hayden did the right strategy. Just dump all that power at the beginning and get away for the climb. Hayden only, yeah, I wasn't paying enough attention here. Hayden only has 900 meters of climbing to go, 800 meters of climbing to go. Yeah, Hayden's out of the seat a lot. I mean, I know Hayden has done some outside cycling, like real events, but I think he's like, I listened to a podcast one day where he said, he goes, got the numbers, it's the bike handling. So that's what you guys got to remember too. You could be a big, big engine. You're perfect for inside cycling. It may not translate to outside. You got to learn all those bike handling skills. I know he does a lot of outside riding now. I see all his posts and stuff like that. So 41.9 kilometers, guys. Hayden Pucker will win the Tour de Bloom Echelon Racing League series here. Cash money's in this one too, guys. Cash money's throwing out them dollar bills for Hayden here. There's prize payouts. Guys, it's on the website. I don't want to say anything incorrect here, but there was prize payouts for the top 3 in each category is how I read it. This is a brutally tough climb. I wonder what the actual name of this climb is. Look up the KOM on it on the Strava segment. Yeah, that probably averaged 10% over 2 kilometers there, minimum. I was guessing there's about 250 kilometers in the last 2 kilometers. 250 meters in that last 2 kilometers here. I think the race ends at 42.6 kilometers. We're inside the banners now for Hayden. There is like a little cool down lap at the end. Oh, that'll be cool to see how they do that. Yeah, so Ruben, OTR is all on Biketerra. We talked about the costs. I think Training Peaks has got the cost spot on where it should be. And so some of my stuff goes straight to Training Peaks. I think with Biketerra, I have to upload a fit file, but it's just it's built into Biketerra. Download, upload. That's it, done. I'm constantly looking at my Training Peaks stuff now. You're kind of paying for 2 things at once. So realistically, you're paying $5 for Training Peaks. You're paying $5 for Training Peaks Virtual. Congratulations, Hayden Pucker. Full nomination there. 452 watts, bros, for 56 minutes. Come on. Yes, dudes. I love it. Dudes, and the thing is, Hayden Pucker, yeah, I guess he's a pro. He's a pro esports rider, for sure. he was at the World Championships this year. He was at the World Championships last year in Abu Dhabi. So been there, done that. That's what he does. I think Hayden there was like, I'm getting to that hill before these other guys because I don't want to be on the hill with them. Do not want to be on that hill with them. Ethan Crane riding solo now, guys. Got a 34-second gap over Zach Neer, James Osborne, and Ludwig. So Ethan's attack that he made earlier, we jumped away to watch Hayden. That attack stuck. Can he stay away on the climb, guys? Lots of good racing left here between second, third, fourth place. And fifth. Eric's still out there doing his thing too, representing Project Echelon. So here's Hayden Pucker through, guys. Again, 450 watts for almost an hour. Hayden has talked about it, and I know someone else talked about it on a podcast. There's apparently 2 dudes in the world. I'm sure there's other ones we don't know about. Some couch athlete, some guy that doesn't realize potential. 2 guys right now that can average 500 watts for an hour. It's Hayden Pucker and Filippo Ganna. Gadoosh, in your face, right there. If you know who Filippo Ganna is, Hayden's right there. Right there. Big, powerful riders. Get them on a flat, you ain't keeping up with them, dudes. You're not. They're gone. Unless you're like a little Remco, who's the most aerodynamic guy in the world. Guys, Tour de France, here's a comment for you. You need to start putting in a longer time trial. Let's not favor too much in Poggy. I need Remco Evenepoel to have a 50K time trial so that he can ride to his strong suit. That's what we need back, guys. That would scare. If there was a 50K time trial at the Tour de France, that would horrify Poggy. I think at the World Championships, what was it? A 43-kilometer time trial. Hilly. So it wasn't like it was just all flats. I think he lost by 2 minutes and 40 seconds to Remco. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fanboy of either. I'm a fan of both, but not fanboying. People are going to say, oh, yeah, well, Poggy was exhausted, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, sure, maybe. I don't know. Maybe Remco was too. I find some of the Grand Tours now are too favored towards kind of like the ride of the week, the rider of the year, which is Poggy right now. We need some time trials. Yeah, Hayden always stands a lot. And again, like I was saying earlier, Neil, that's kind of like esports riding now. Dudes, I never stand. Never. I'm not a huge sprinter, but I can roll a 1,000-watt sprint easy sitting. I think anyone can. You just gotta smash it. I stopped standing in my sprints when I got my Tax Neo 2T. I don't like that movement in the back end. It feels like I'm going to break something. Like there's movement built into it, but it freaks me out. I'd like to almost like bolt it so it cannot move. Then I would sprint out of the saddle again. Hayden Pucker, powerhouse, guys. So yeah, just go watch some of the Sunday Race Club stuff and you'll see Hayden there every weekend. I wonder what he did today. Was there a Sunday race? Well, it's Sunday. He might have raced today already, and brutal for him because I think Sunday Race Club for him is 3 a.m. in the morning. Ethan Crane coming to the finish now, guys. There's his flares. The banner's coming up right now. That should give him 1 kilometer to go. Zach Neer leading Ludwig Karlberg and James Osborne here up this climb. Love to know the name of this climb. I should have looked it up beforehand. Ethan Crane giving her. And I'm going to look at this here right now, guys. I'm going to go back to my spreadsheet here. Overall right now, yeah, I don't know, maybe Ethan. So Ethan right now after day 2, he was way at the back. I wonder if he missed the time trial or he got penalized for not doing it. I don't know. I saw Ethan racing yesterday at the Criterium. So maybe he had a terrible time trial. I know on another platform that I ride, if I missed one stage of the platform, they have a weekly time trial. I missed the time trial. They gave me like the worst time plus 5%. And I'm like, okay, I'll take it. I got credit for something. So I don't know if that's what they did because the way Ethan's riding here, he's not a back of the packer, that's for sure. Take a look at this here. Zach Neer's gone up the road now, guys. Zach's up the road. Ludwig Karlberg, James Osborne. Now, going to the standings again. Hayden Pucker was leading as of yesterday. So, for my guesses, Hayden Pucker is first place overall for the 3 stages. Zach Neer is sitting second. And currently on the road right now, Zach is riding third. Marcus Duval didn't make it today. I wonder if he missed the start time. It's possible. The time was changed, guys, so I think some people might have missed it here. Ethan Crane coming through. And Ethan Crane representing Project Echelon here. I wonder if he is a continental level rider for Project Echelon, because they showed his picture and he sure looks like a racer. Damon, do you have his picture handy for Ethan Crane right now? Hopefully Damon's here right now. Damon's in the UK, guys, supporting me here with all the coverage. Here we go. Dude, Damon Bates, the best. Here it is. This guy looks like a racer to me right here. Ethan Crane from New Zealand, riding for Project Echelon here. Probably more of a hill climber. Big watts here coming to the top, guys. Being pursued by Zach Neer, but Zach's got a good 50 seconds to make now. So Ethan went at a great time. I think Ethan took off at around kilometer 34. You look at the bottom of the screen here at the top of that little bit of a climb. On the downhill kilometer, and he just stayed away the whole time. Coming to the finish line right now. So great job by Ethan. I'm going to look him up right after this and check out his, you know what? I might try to do it right now. You guys keep watching that. I'm going to look him up right now. See what he's done. As I try to do this in the dark here. No, sorry. Pro. There we go. I try to do this, guys. I kind of working in the dark here. Oh, don't do that, Colin. Ethan? Yeah, here he is. I found Ethan Crane on Pro Cycling Stats, guys. He is Project Echelon Racing. 24 years old from Southampton in New Zealand, dudes. And believe it or not, he's a sprinter. So, yeah. Guy rides Continental. He's been riding Continental for Project Echelon Racing since 2023, club level, when 2022 for Project Echelon. And he's going to be riding for Project Echelon all of next year. No races on the program right now, but I'm looking through his race schedule here. Some races early last year in Spain. Then I'm not sure where this is. I have to see where this is. I'm just trying to have a look here, guys. Where is this? This, I think, would be like Slovakia or something. It's called the Istrian Spring Tour, Olympia's Tour, Redlands Bicycle Classic. That's been going forever. Tour de Bloom. Here's the real race, guys. So the real Tour de Bloom is a 5-stage race. He did that. He did the Tour de Beauce in Canada. He did the Maryland Cycling Classic. I did a race video on that. That was a brutal race this year with that rainstorm that came through. Ludwig Karlberg coming to the finish right now. Great job here, Ludwig. Ludwig was 4th overall in the standings as of yesterday. I think he might bump up here. I think he might move up one. Great job, Ludwig. Great job. Thumbs up to you too, bro. Great job. Awesome stuff. Love seeing baby Ludwig on screen too. James Osborne comes across the finish line here too now, guys. Awesome stuff. Eric Hill getting his way up the hill here, guys. Hill on the hill. Let's grind this out with Eric here. Yeah, guys, you can see here, Eric shut her down a long time ago and said, I'm just getting this ride done. So, guys, December 27th, 28th will be the next. And, guys, make sure you register. Registrations, I had a couple of dudes interested in coming on board now. So, you got to register. And registrations end the Wednesday night, probably at midnight. I'm just guessing. But it is a Wednesday before the race weekend. It was for this one anyways. Maybe with this being a 3-day race, they might have bumped it back. Anyways, you need to look at that. Go register for it. It's absolutely free to enter now, so you can race the Echelon Racing League Series. No entry fee. It also allows you to try out Training Peaks, guys. You get to feel the whole thing out. You'll get to use Training Peaks in the races. You can't use it outside of that. Hayden Pucker first, Ethan Crane second, Zach Neer third, Ludwig Karlberg fourth, James Osborne in fifth. Eric Hill will wrap it up for us, guys. So get registered for the next one. It's only 2 days next time. Remember, no cost to enter. You get to try out Training Peaks. You also have a shot at some cash money. Top 3 win some cash prizes. So I'll be seeing how that all pans out here. We'll probably see an announcement here very quick after this, sometime today. Looks like Hayden got first, Zach Neer probably second, and I think Ludwig might have got into third place there overall. As of yesterday, Ludwig was in 4th place. Marcus Duval did not make it to this event. So Ludwig should have moved to 3rd. James Osborne will go from 5th to 4th. So it's unfortunate that Marcus didn't make it. We'll have to get scheduling figured out here. So next time we can get everyone here. So dudes, anyone watching this, if you ride other platforms, here's your chance to try it. Why don't you come and race Hayden Pucker? Just to say you did it. 370 meters to go here for Eric. You can race. And you know what, guys? Zach Neer is right up there too. Zach is, as far as I know, is Hayden's coach. Here's Eric Hill finishing it up right now. Co-founder, founder of the Echelon Racing League, Project Echelon. Guys, and if you don't know, great cause for Project Echelon. It's helping disabled veterans. Disabled veterans, guys. I'm not even an American, and I love this idea. I absolutely love it. I have so much respect for all veterans. Guys get hurt, physically or mentally. Getting on the bike, putting in the miles, putting in the time, meeting bros. Like I met Ruben here, I met Neil here. I've never met these guys in real life. These are my friends. You meet community, you got something to do, you stay focused on something positive instead of dwelling on the negative. I think it's such an awesome idea for veterans. So Project Echelon sets these dudes up with equipment, with bikes, and gets them focused on something super positive. You can do from home. It's safe. You don't got to deal with the weather. You don't got to get hit by cars, get chased by dogs, or have mechanicals out there. You don't got to call for help. You're at home. My bike's right here, guys. Right here. Awesome stuff here, guys. I had a lot of fun doing the Tour de Bloom, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I wish there was more riders here today and more people watching this. But I'll be back, guys. Neil saying, I was interested till you said to come and race Hayden. Lol. That'd be the shortest race in history. Neil, do it, dude. Just do it. Here's Hayden coming to the finish, guys. Like, amazing power. And guys, we all look at people and we go, is this real? Yeah, he's legit. Top 20. I know last year when I was following my whoosh more, even Matt Smithson, who's like kind of like the main guy for my whoosh, was like, I didn't know. His quote, paraphrasing, was roughly, I didn't know if his numbers were real until he showed up here and sat on our fully calibrated machines, on our equipment, and just smashed it. Hayden just has to maybe slim down a little bit. Not that he needs to, because he's got to fight those hills, right? That's where it gets him. Hayden Pucker, first place in 56 minutes and 22 seconds, guys. That was 42.6 kilometers and I think close to 540 meters of climbing in 56 minutes. Ethan Crane, 7 minutes down. Zach Neer at 8:09. Ludwig Karlberg, 8:41 down. James Osborne in 5th at 8:49. Eric Hill on a recovery ride today at 12:52 down. As far as I can tell, guys, I think in the men's category A, it's Hayden Pucker in first place overall. Zach Neer will be second, and I think Ludwig moves up into third place overall. These are results just for today. Presented to you by ZMS Data Services, Damon Bates in the UK, guys. If you need any virtual stuff done, if you need something put together like this that looks really good with data, with infographics, give Damon a shout, man. I've worked with him. This is the first time I've worked with Damon just over this Echelon Racing League, and everything's been super smooth. I just kind of kick back and blather on for you guys. Stages cycling here, guys. There was, and there is, as far as I still know, at the beginning of this, there is a Stages bike available. There's going to be a draw at the end for it. I don't know how that draw system works going forward. I don't know if you get like, you enter, you register for racing, you get one entry. It could be something like that. You're going to have to go on the website and get registered and race. Maybe just try something different for a weekend. Yeah, so there we go, guys. That's stage 3 wrapping up. Weekend number 4 of the Echelon Racing League. We still have the 27th and 28th, race weekend number 5. Race weekend number 6, I think, is the 9th, the 10th, and the 11th. That's like the tour of Training Peaks, I think is what it's called. Training Peaks Virtual. 3 stages there. January 31st, USA Nationals. So, guys, you're going to see all the big names come out. All the big names are going to come out for that. All the pros that you watch all the time. We're going to see Zach. We're going to see Hayden. The ladies, too. Don't forget Jackie Godby, Elise Galagos. So that's for the USA stuff. I'm in Canada. I don't think we're doing the Canadian ones here. I think they're doing it somewhere else. Not sure how they're putting that together. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'm Colin over at Inside Cycling World, rocking the Metallica Creeping Death shirt. Of course, Ride the Lightning. Why not? Great day, guys. Starting my day. Got to get out of the house. I got to get riding. We'll see you again real soon. Thanks for watching. Get on your bikes. Later.